Queen Elizabeth relationships with US presidents.
The Queen was a princess when she first met Harry Truman in 1951. She was only 25 years old and was visiting the United States on behalf of her father, King George VI, who was unwell at the time of the scheduled overseas trip. President Eisenhower hosted Elizabeth I for her first state visit to the U.S. as Queen, at a banquet in the White House. Along with his black tails and white shirt, Eisenhower wore the British Order of Merit Award given to him by the Queen's father, George VI. This was in recognition of his work as the Supreme Commander of Allied forces in Europe during the Second World War. John F. Kennedy was the first president to be hosted by Queen Elizabeth I in London. He visited Buckingham Palace with First Lady Jacqueline Kennedy during their tour of France, Austria, and the UK. In 1961, Queen Elizabeth first met Richard Nixon when he was Eisenhower's vice president. A few weeks after his inauguration as president, on February 15, 1969, he visited Buckingham Palace. Queen Elizabeth met President Gerald Ford along with Prince Philip during a state visit to the U.S. for the bicentennial celebrations of the Declaration of Independence. She was also hosted by First Lady Betty Ford. President Jimmy Carter attended Buckingham Palace for a NATO convention on May 10, 1977. When he was introduced to the Queen Mother, he committed the ultimate faux pas by kissing her on the lips. "Nobody has done that since my husband died," she remarked. Queen Elizabeth seems to have been most comfortable with President Ronald Reagan, and met with him many times. He was the first U.S. president to stay the night at Windsor Castle, and visited with his wife, Nancy Reagan, on June 8, 1982. This was one of his 3 visits to the UK. Queen Elizabeth first met President Bill Clinton at a dinner on June 4, 1994 in Portsmouth, for the 50th anniversary of D-Day. They met again in 1995 at Buckingham Palace, accompanied by First Lady Hillary Clinton. Her Majesty met President George W. Bush and First Lady Laura Bush at Buckingham Palace in 2001. President Barack Obama and First Lady Michelle Obama made a state visit to Buckingham Palace on April 1, 2009. President Trump visited the Queen at Windsor Castle on July 13, 2018. In keeping with tradition, Trump carried out an inspection of the Royal Guard on the palace grounds. However, in a much publicized faux pas, he cut in front of the Queen and blocked her path. The Queen met Joe Biden and First Lady Jill Biden on June 11, 2021, at the Group of 7 Summit reception in Cornwall. He was the 13th, and last, U.S. president she met during her reign.
If you like this video, make sure to subscribe to my channel.